right, Saul Amleida ready to face Jeff Anderson, and Scott Ream, welcome back to the booth with us. We just talked about this being a very dangerous fight for Saul Amleida, stepping up in weight to face somebody with not only a great resume, a great record against a great resume.
This is definitely going to be a formidable test for Saul.
Anderson coming in at 10-5 with 2 knockouts. Almeida 11-1, no knockouts on his resume. Very content with submissions and or going the distance with fighters.
Doing a nice job of using his reach off that jab, something I haven't seen from him in a while.
Yeah, one thing that I wish Jeff really would establish is more leg kicks. I mean, he's long, he could use them.
He's making a miss, saying just out of range.
That was a good jab by Jeff, another good jab by Jeff. These guys have very similar body types too, long, lean. It's going to be tough for them to deal with each other. I'm actually really interested to see what's going to happen when they start to scramble and actually start to grab each other, see what happens. I mean, like, and Jeff being, very good kick. Jeff being used to this weight class. Probably.
Saul's throwing a lot of punches, trying to find his distance, not landing, but he's trying to track him down.
Anderson working those leg kicks. Almeida trying to go to the midsection. And again, nice jabbing by Anderson, as you pointed out earlier, Mike. Really flipping that left jab nicely.
I had spoken to Jeff earlier, and he said that good takedown by Saul.
Great takedown.
Just drove him into the cage and got him right down on his rear end.
It never ceases to amaze me when the taller fighter hits a shot like that.
And I mean, right now you have to think too, Jeff Anderson is on the receiving end of what he normally does to guys. He normally holds guys against the cage.
Now, if you take a look at Saul's legs, he's trapped Anderson's legs, and he's got a figure 4 there to control his hips and walk up. Now he's walked up into the mounted position. Jeff's done a nice job of fighting with his feet here.
Yeah. I know Pete Jeffries had a tough time guillotining Anderson, so I think Saul might have a tough time also. I think the hair is used as a defense mechanism.
3:01 to go in the opening round. Almeida wrapping up Anderson here against the cage.
If Saul can drive his left elbow down and force Anderson's head down, he'll have better control and actually be able to reverse this.
Yeah, start that fold. Jeff's doing a good job keeping that posture low, not letting Saul get that fold.
And work his legs out. Saul went for that figure 4 again, and he did a nice job of working his legs out.
Saul's doing a great job staying above Jeff so Jeff can't climb the cage and try and get up. He's keeping that head above Jeff's head, so he's doing a really good job. You know, and having rolled with Saul and trained with him a little bit, I mean, he's got a very scrappy, kind of wiry, lanky, weird strength. Same thing Jeff has. So I think this is going to be a pretty good matchup.
You can see Saul grabbing that far ankle now, so he can't get it, so Jeff can't get it underneath him.
Jeff's doing a good job trapping the foot with his own knee, though.
Again, a very technical display here of inches. Saul's doing a nice job of trying to improve his position, and Jeff's doing a great job of more or less negating that. Saul is back to mount, although it's mounted thighs, not mounted over his hip.
Saul's got Jeff's arm trapped behind him, I believe.
I think he wants to try to lay him down and pin that arm behind his back so he can start throwing punches.
Right. Jeff's doing a good job recognizing it.
Now Saul can just pull with his right hand on that arm that's behind his back.
Let the left one go.
There it is. There's the short elbows. He does have it trapped. He still has it now. He's got it underneath his back, and Jeff's worked his arm out. Nice job. He had to give up position to do it, though.
Almeida's certainly more than happy with wearing Anderson out here in the final 3.5 minutes of this opening round. As soon as he got that takedown, he's really taking control of this first round.
Yeah, I think Saul's taking control of the round. I wouldn't know about like wearing him down as much, but he's definitely taking control. He's making Jeff work. He's pretty much kept Jeff flat since he's taken him down.
Definitely.
Yes, now he's looking for a bit of an arm triangle. He's trying to lock up there. Saul's got the top position. He wants to step over. He's working to step over now, but he definitely has that arm triangle in. And he's working it to get his back, and he's working for that guillotine.
Those arms are tough to deal with also.
Jeff's got his chin tucked, which should prevent the choke a little bit here, but Saul's got great position. Now he's going to work to flatten him out with the underhooks.
It doesn't appear Almeida can get that arm underneath. Like you said, Scott, that chin was pressed to the chest, and now
it's a last-ditch effort of defense, but it's one that works very well.
Well, Anderson survives that opening round. Good first round for Saul Amleida, like we said, taking control toward the end. Jeff Anderson, again, a game opponent, as we know, so certainly we expect him to bounce back around number 2. It appears when it's a stand-up fight, it's pretty evenly matched when these two guys are exchanging blows. Anderson doing a nice job with the left jab early on, but once it gets down to the ground, Almeida really, in many ways, in a class by himself.
Saul has very good control over whoever he's fighting. When he gets top position, he controls well. Now, attacking from that position is a little different. If you noticed, he threw a couple of shots. He did a great job of controlling them, but he didn't really take the most advantage possible. Everybody has different schools of thought. I would rather throw 3-4 solid punches and then get back to my feet, make you pay while I have you on the ground. Other guys like Saul, they prefer just a game of inches and just inch along a little bit more and a little bit more and maintain and look for the submissions. He definitely attacks submissions.
I was actually going to make the same statement that I wish Saul sometimes just negate that pressure and just release and start striking and then maybe go back to the pressure, change it up a little bit, you know? Get you have to overcommit, hit him with another double leg. There's nothing wrong with taking a guy down and then just letting him back up, saying, I'm going to do that to you all night.
But you know, the funny part is sitting here, it's a lot easier than when we're inside the cage.
No doubt.
Round 2 in this lightweight battle, Jeff Candyman Anderson in the red trunks, Saul Amleida in the black and white trunks.
Somebody's mouthpiece, yeah.
I think it might have been Almeida's, yeah. Came out rather quickly.
Anderson's got to drop his hips heavy here.
Stay on top.
Looks like he's trying to get that. Saul reversed very, very well.
Yeah, it seems like that. It seems that like when Saul makes contact, he never really wants to lose it after that.
And to his credit, he ends up maintaining it and improving on it as he goes.
I mean, like you said, he has great control.
And Anderson's doing a great job here, right up until that point of stuffing it.
Right.
And again, Saul goes to the step over, something you see a lot now with that figure 4 to pin those knees together and negate Anderson's hips from moving.
Yeah, Almeida has Anderson right where he wants him. Again, early in round number 2, 4 minutes to go, and Almeida with Anderson pressed against that cage. Not much Anderson can do from this position.
And like you said, Scott, like Saul's controlling him. He's not causing any damage.
He's just now starting to throw those light little elbows in there, which will start to damage. But I agree with you, Mike. I think he could be a little more active from this position.
He's got the legs figured forward. Jeff can't run. I would just posture and bang. Portuguese, Scott. What's he saying?
I believe what he's saying now is, I like a large steak and cheese. Anderson's looking to attack Saul's neck in this position, not so much to finish. His hips aren't going to be in there, but just to threaten it.
I think it's a good job by Anderson, only because, I mean, every time Saul gets his head above Jeff's, that's where he's really pinning him down low.
And again, Saul's not losing position.
Right.
He's trying to isolate. He looks like Kimura.
Kimura right now.
On the far side. Anderson's a veteran. He's going to recognize this. And he broke free of it. Nice job. He actually worked his way to his feet.
All right, Jeff's got the hands clamped. He might actually take Saul down right now.
Saul's trying to pull that arm out. He's really laying heavy for that arm.
I think you're right, Mike. He was trying to pick up Almeida and maybe slam him, and Almeida did a nice job of just defending that and not allowing it to happen.
Yeah, well, what he did is he got Jeff's hips above, his shoulders above his hips, and then once he started turning him, it was...
A couple of nice body shots while he had him up against the fence. Anderson did a nice job there. And again, you just see how Saul reverses, pins against the cage, and attacks that leg. He's very tenacious with this. Methodical almost in the way he wrestles against the cage.
Yeah, it's slow and grinding.
Grinding, that's a great terminology. That's exactly how you describe it.
Yeah, it just doesn't go away. You know, it's like you go from bad to worse.
Yeah.
Again, Saul's got the same position.
You know, it's funny, Saul's trained over in Brazil. We're all familiar with his background, but he actually fights like Couture.
Yeah. Pressure, 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 pick, pressure, pressure, pressure.
And it's really a tough position to be in if you're Jeff Anderson.
If he
There's
locks
not
those
a lot
hands.
you can do. In a sense, nothing you can do to win the round if you're just on your back that entire round.
It's true. This is not flashy, but
that's a tight guillotine right now.
Is his chin in? I can't see.
I can't
but
either. I think the hair is honestly slipping out. Yeah.
He's got his chin down by his wrist. He might have a shot at maybe popping it out, but I don't.
Looks like he's gonna slip out of it, Scott.
Yeah, he'll slip out of it. Even with Jeff throwing punches, that's his way of showing the referee and everybody that he's fine.
Anderson just trying to work the body, just trying to soften up Almeida a little bit here in the final 30 seconds of the second round.
And Saul keeps on kind of either looking for the guillotine or that far side Kimura. I don't think Jeff's going to give it to him.
I think, like you guys said, it's another case of Almeida just controlling the pace in this round, just like he did in the first.
How you win rounds, especially at this pace, is control, position. And you look at how Jeff just countered that, but it's a little bit too late. It's
I agree.
10, 15 seconds left in the round. Does he get the takedown? Yes, but it doesn't score well for the round.
Not going to do much to sway the round in his favor at that point. It's another solid round. And Saul Amleida again just controlling the pace. Jeff Anderson really has no answer for it. If the fight is not standing up, Anderson's really at a disadvantageous position.
Well, the only thing is, I mean, Saul doesn't have to worry about knees or kicks. Like I said, I mean, Jeff doesn't really throw too many kicks above the waist. So Saul doesn't really have to worry about that. He can just take a confident shot from halfway across the ring and taking it. And I was actually very impressed with his shot. Shot it nice and fast. Sucked him in fast. And like I said, I mean, once he gains control, he doesn't like to let it go, and he just keeps grinding you. I was talking to Jeff earlier, and he said that, you know, after the last couple fights he had, it made him really think about like the kind of person he is and what he wants to do. So, I mean, hopefully he's thinking about that right now going into this final round, knowing that he's behind.
That's a great point. What do I want to do from here?
You know, what's happened's happened. Can't fix it. Just improve.
Well, he's definitely down 2-0, so he needs to come out and do exactly what he's doing.
Exactly.
Swing for the fences.
Out, swinging. He'll need more of that to go forward.
Nice job stuffing that takedown and slipping those.
Good shot.
Right hand. I think he startled him a bit.
Let him know he's still around.
I don't think Almeida wants to trade blows with Anderson. He's going to try for a takedown at some point. We'll see if Anderson can keep stuffing him.
Nice
there it
call,
is.
Mike.
Can't stuff it. This time he does get it, and again, we're back to this position. Anderson had a nice thing going for a couple of seconds.
If Anderson kept himself in the middle of the cage and not his back to the fence, he would have a better shot at avoiding these takedowns. But Saul is just methodical. He grabs, he pushes you right up against the cage and takes you down.
You're right.
It's
with
not
more room
flashy.
to back up, you can actually get out of it. I agree.
Yeah, it's not flashy, but
effective.
it's definitely effective.
I'd also like to point out that once I realized that figure four, I would just grab Saul's toes and bend him up and just break his ankle from that position. I really would. He's actually ankle locking himself.
I wouldn't be looking at that, Mike. You're better than I didn't notice.
I would just lean over, grab it, and pit. Well, because the way he's figure four in the legs, Jeff's leg is actually right on top.
It's a great point. It's just something I would have never saw. Nice call.
Although the fatigue may be setting in, Anderson's got to be more active here too, guys. He's got to start driving those elbows, try to work that midsection, do something, because there really is desperation time. You've only got 3.5 minutes. If you let Almeida stay in this position for the rest of the fight, he will. He's absolutely content with doing that.
There's absolutely nothing sexy about what Saul's doing, but it's incredibly effective.
But he's winning.
He is most certainly winning this fight.
Anderson, I think, is understanding the sense of urgency and just trying to do something to break the monotony of it. But once Almeida gets up in that position, you can't work that. You can't work that midsection anymore. It becomes difficult.
He does a fantastic job of controlling.
And what he does to Jeff is every time Jeff tries to take him down or pick him up, he's keeping Jeff bent over, so Jeff can never get his head behind his hips, so he's never in a power position, which is smart by Saul.
And you also see, to add to Mike's comment, you see Jeff's head's tucked underneath Saul's chest, so he can't sit it up. And he's trying to grab the legs, and Saul's so long, he's just basing out. And he's separating his hands. He can't get his hands together.
Yeah, and then by the time you want to go for the takedown, your hands are up by his butt.
Exactly.
You know, you're already near the hips because he's that long. Saul's working that Kimura again, going for that sweep.
And he did. He reversed it off of Kimura. Well done. Anderson's head might be free enough to drive
actually
out.
Control a little bit now.
Now, if he can get to his feet, he's still got just under 2 minutes to go to make something happen, but it doesn't appear Almeida's going to let him do it. And again, we keep mentioning the word control, but it is certainly applied to this fight. Saul Amleida controlling this bout against Jeff Anderson, and it's certainly got to be frustrating if you are Jeff Anderson in this position. There's so much you want to do and just can't physically do it.
Well, you had mentioned that, you know, coming in at a heavier weight, Saul has the height to support that weight. You know, he's not, you know, he can support 170.
Right.
He's got to be 6'2".
It's true. You're absolutely right. That's a very good point. He can support that extra weight on his frame. And it appears he's made a really nice adjustment here. I really thought there'd be a little bit more from Anderson. I thought this fight might be a little bit closer.
Another Kimura sweep.
And I'm kind of surprised at what we've seen thus far. I think Almeida's done a nice job. You know, we'd heard some rumors that camp hadn't gone as well. There was some questions about whether this fight was a risky fight to take, but so far so good here with a minute to go in round number 3.
Well, I'll be honest, I looked at the card to start, and I'm like, the possibility of a big upset, to me, was right here in this fight. And Saul's done a great job of proving me wrong.
Saul's actually got a hand. He might actually get this choke.
He's got a minute to work it.
I would take my back right off that cage and try and face Anderson's belly towards it and just fold him.
Well, this would be a perfect finish for Almeida. Real icing on the cake if he can't get this in. He's got 40 seconds to do so.
If he switched to a body lock here, I think he'd have a better chance of stretching him out.
Yeah,
and there he goes. He's going for body lock right now. I didn't think they could hear us from out
here. Jeff is very, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, I don't want to say relentless, but he's so good at fighting that rear naked choke from behind. He doesn't even use his arms to defend. He's just not really worried about it.
He tucks that chin right down deep. He can take the pressure of the crank, but he definitely, Saul's not attacking the arteries. There's no blood choke there.
Right.
Well, 10 seconds to go. This one's going to end with a decision. And it appears it's going to go unanimously to Saul Amleida, an impressive step up in weight.
I'd agree to that.
And in many ways, a step up in competition from his last fight against Kevin Roddy, taking on the dangerous Jeff Anderson, doing a nice job. And again, that word control, he controlled it from start to finish.
Well, you just mentioned the Kevin Roddy fight. It was very, very similar.
Yeah.
You know, he kept Roddy down. Roddy did a great job with some reversals, but Saul always tended to find a way to maintain that position and get back to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecard for your official decision. All 3 judges, Barker, LaMontagne, and Avery, score the bout identically, 30-27, for your winner by unanimous decision, Saul the Spider Amleida.